Okay, right. So people a lot of times that want to put themselves or get themselves into an intimate relationship will a lot of times want to access or come across law of attraction as a tool or a device in order to help them create a lever for themselves. And while it's true, it's very effective at helping you attract a lover. There's some things or some mm, component parts of this law of attraction that work that it's important that you understand them when you're going out, setting out to deliberately create a lover for yourself or any kind of partner for yourself. So whether we're talking about a partner in business or a partner in love or a new child or it doesn't matter what it is we're talking about manifesting. We're talking about something that you want to bring into existence for yourself to experience in the physical world. And that's what we're talking about. And when you look at this concept of relationship, there's a way in which you've got yourself and then you've got millions of people out there. And whether that lover that you're looking to attract is a member of your sex or a member of the opposite sex or the gender preference or any of the other distinctions about what are the qualifications for the relationship. We're not talking about any of those. We're talking about a process or a method wherein you can access through your mind a certain level or a certain frequency or a vibrational harmonic that you can generate with yourself that will allow you to, in a real sense, attract into your life somebody for you to call your partner or call your lover. Now, what happens when people try to do this, they try to think of the perfect lover that they want and they try to think of that lover and somehow have that person show up. And that's not how this works. Now, there's millions of different ways that people try this that doesn't work. I could start talking about them now and not be done in a week, talking 24 hours a day, but let's talk about how it actually works. Because if you can focus on that, then you can notice if you're doing it the right way or not the right way. And plus, what really matters is the results that you produce here. So you get the idea that what you're thinking has some feelings connected to it. And you begin to start thinking about things that you would experience if you were in a relationship with your lover. And then you start to tap into the feeling that you're feeling when you're imagining these things with your imaginary lover. Now, remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between being with a real lover or having thoughts about being with a lover, so it's responding to either one of those. And in this case, we're thinking about a lover in order to generate feelings of being with the lover. Remember, the feeling is the key to all this because the feeling is what's going to attract them to you. It's the emotion, the energy and motion, which is doing all the work here. So think about this person that you want, and as you begin to think about this person that you want to be with and you start to experience these feelings, now you begin to focus and feel these feelings more and focus and feel these feelings more. And you may go out to the store and might see somebody at the store that you think is somebody that's possibly a match now for you. And you start to talk to them. As you begin to talk to them, you start to hear some things that just don't resonate with you as a real match for you. So you think, well, that was kind of cool. I got something, but it wasn't really a complete match. Well, as you're doing this, your mind is thinking and looking at these things that you like and things that you don't like and things that you like and things that you don't like. And so you're constantly, ongoingly shaping and reshaping this ideal partner that you're looking to create or manifest for yourself. Now, the beautiful thing about this work is that you can go now look at earlier portions of your life. You were doing the same thing before. You just weren't doing it from a level of conscious awareness. So all we're doing now is we're taking your ability to think about something and feel something and have that feeling draw to you something that you want to experience. Now, there's a couple of hurdles that you have to kind of watch out for here that can be a little bit trickier, can kind of lead you off the path or kind of trick you a little bit. And that number one is where you're looking to create this lover or this new partner from must be an emotional or a vibrational frequency that feels good to you. And don't think for a second that if you want to create a lover and you're feeling bad and feeling crummy all the time, that the lover that you bring in is not going to be a match for you feeling crummy and not at ease. It's going to be. Let me just back up really quick and say about how this lover gets created. When you feel this certain kind of way and you're feeling this certain kind of way over these thoughts that you're intentionally planting into your imagination, what begins to happen is the formation or the manifestation of this being begins to come into view for you, for a place for you to experience it. And how that happens is kind of counterintuitive. It happens from you giving up any wanting of it. It happens from you giving up any thoughts or ideas on how that lover or person's going to come. It's literally you letting go of any version or notion of you're going to be the one creating it, to allowing the feeling and the emotion be the thing that you practice focusing on, and then now allowing the forces that be, or the universe, or God, or your inner being, or your soul, or whatever you want, handle the legwork of coordinating all of the arranging of the circumstances and the timing and the synchronicity and all of those things that need to come together for you to meet this person. Because if you think about the billions of people on the earth, you're up against something pretty bumpy here, which is the likelihood of you finding this person isn't very good. And if you had to do it on your own, it would be a miracle if you pulled it off. But in this process here, where we've got this inner being that's managing all of this through the law of attraction, your job is very easy. All you have to do is get in your imagination and feel what it would be like to be with this person that you want. Now, here's a little warning. If you start to experience imagining your lover coming to you and it doesn't feel good, or you feel heavy, or you feel like this is not going to work, so stop doing that. Any work that you do or any thoughts in your imagination that don't feel good, stop doing them immediately. And you have to find a way to get yourself feeling better again before you go back into your imagination. So your lover is here. Get the idea that your lover is here, and your lover is waiting for you to feel like the person that can experience that lover. Said differently, if you don't feel worthy of getting a lover, the lover's not coming until the unworthiness gets handled. If you're experiencing unworthiness, your lover's not coming until you handle the unworthiness. Now, when you get this process and this practice and you start to do it, the experience of lover, or maybe one that becomes a lover and is not and doesn't last, it keeps changing and morphing, and it keeps improving. This condition of your lover keeps improving. So whatever condition you find yourself in, I want to let you know from my own experience and from well over 1,000 people that I've worked with this lifetime, it's a crummy feeling to not feel good. When you don't feel good, you got one real problem, and it kind of tarnishes, or it clouds, or it kind of invades and kind of dampens and kind of ruins everything that you're experiencing in life. You can't create new concepts and new stuff from there. Life is just kind of a bummer. And it's not a conversation that you really have a bunch of outlets to speak about. It's just you feel crummy, and then you spend time trying to just kind of hold on to your crumminess. The problem with that is you can't ever handle the crumminess by doing something different and more. The only way you're going to handle the crumminess is by discovering what the source of the crumminess is, and then how to handle it. That's why I'm inviting you to join the Skool community, because in the Skool community, you're going to get a course full of modules where you're going to see me talking about these specific component parts of the law of manifestation, law of attraction, law of creation, whatever you want to call it. You're going to watch those videos. You're going to understand that this course is encapsulated in such a way that you can fully have an experience of yourself knowing what to do now. You can also download a free copy of my book, Think It, Feel It, Have It, The Keys to Creation. Just a quick blurb about that book. In there, I talk about the magnetic force, the magnetic field of the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart, 5,000 times more powerful than the electromagnetic field of the mind. That's going to start to tell you something about how we're going from here to down into here. Also, over the last 15, 20 years, I've gathered what are the sources and the main causes of the resistance that we create for ourselves. I'm going to give you that as well. So you also, as you move and you start doing this work, you start to realize, if I don't keep in this conversation or stay with this work, I start to sink back into these old ways of being, or old thought patterns, or old conditioning, or old programming. So what I've done is I've now incorporated a weekly phone call that keeps you in this conversation. It's not the same as going to church, but the frequency of it and the experience of it is going to be the same. And that is, you're going to gather more knowledge, and you're going to release some more resistance and experience more relief. And lastly, this is a whole community. I think right now there's a couple hundred people in the Skool community. This is a whole community of like-minded people, people like you. You can start to interact with people in the group and start to find out more as you're moving along. And lastly, if this is something that's resonating for you and you're ready to really keep going and really take this on in a real concerted, directed, focused manner, There's programs where you and me can work together one-on-one. So let's get moving. Like, no kidding. Let's start moving in the direction that you want to and have you start feeling better and start experiencing things that you want to experience in your life. Book a one-on-one call with me. And in that call, I'm going to lay this out for you really, really clear in such a way that at the end of the call, you're going to understand that there is a way that you can go about getting yourself to be able to intentionally create things for yourself and for your life, and that how you've been doing it isn't this way. And I'm going to give you that on this phone call. Whether you choose to work with me further, that's a completely different conversation. And if that's something that comes up for you, we'll work that out at the time. But right now, let's just get in touch and let's let you see just how this actually works, which I'm telling you, you're going to find is different than how you've been holding it. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with you and talking with you.